Hello, I'm gonna give it a few minutes. Come on in, announce yourself. If anyone wants the link, let me know. But welcome. Thanks for coming. Hey, welcome for those that were able to find me. I know I'm not easy to find. That's kind of the point. Oh, hold on. Okay, sorry. I got my shit figured out. Welcome. Thanks for coming. Yeah, Jeff finally linked me there, so thanks to Jeff for sending folks over here. I'm just kind of trying things, I'm experimenting. If anyone wants to come up, let me know. I'm gonna be very particular, obviously, who I let up here because I don't do this shit, so I don't want anyone burning me down yet, quite in flames. Hey, Mr. B, welcome. Flaky JK, Tyler, Jordan, Garfunkel, Jack Slaw 2.0. What is this? This is me, Liliana, just hanging out. Yeah, come on up. Whoever wants to come up. I'm just gonna give it a few minutes. I know people popped in over from Jeff's, but I'm gonna go grab myself a drink or something. Wink, wink. It's Friday. Come chillax. If anyone wants a link, let me know. But welcome. Thanks for coming. Okay, so I think I might be brave, and put my StreamYard out there. Um, I don't know what's gonna happen, um, but we'll find out. So let me put my link. Uh, there will be rules that you have to play by if you want to come up. Um, Let me know how I'm sounding out there. I'm not using my headphones. If my headphones sound better, I can grab that. But let me grab a link here. Oh my God, this is like asking for, I don't know what's going to happen, but y'all are going to get to experience it with me. Um, Holy shit. Okay. Ready. I do have some things that I want to talk about, but I kind of want to get a feel what people are wanting to discuss. I have some observations. I try to stay tight-lipped sometimes, but when things really just wrestle with my ethics and my morals, sometimes I just feel like I have to say something. And I'm not causing drama. I don't like fucking drama. But when it comes to how maybe me or others are treated, or how I perceive, what type of reception I or some other folks might get. Yeah, yes, I'm a pacifist, but um, I don't like to be artificial or superficial either. So, honestly, that's why I don't go on panels, because I don't want to play by other people's rules. And for those who have heard or seen me on panels before, I try to go on panels that I could actually be my genuine self and speak up. But after some things this week, I was just like, and I know people would prefer not to talk about things. But when people don't talk about things, it doesn't make things better. So I did put my link up there. I'm more than happy to shut the fuck up too. Um, Invite your friends, tell your moms, your sisters, your brothers, your wives. But I'm gonna mute for a minute. Hey Eddie, all things serious. Ladybug found her way here. Hey Ladybug. Um, Sorry if I missed anyone in the chat. Again, I put the link out there. let's mix this up. Let's have people that don't usually do this shit, who have something to say, who wanna say something. Let's have some new shit out there. Let's have some new vibes, new energy. Um, I know it's Friday. Happy Friday. Some folks it's Saturday. Let's live a little differently tonight. Let's do it. I'm gonna mute for a bit. Again, link is out there. You know what? Let me pin it. I've never done this shit before, so welcome to us figuring it out together. So I'm gonna do this. Okay, so link is pinned. I'm not seeing anyone backstage. That's okay. But let's get some conversations going. I don't want to bore you guys, but I don't want to talk to myself either. Anything anyone wants to talk about? Think about it. Chat with yourselves. I'll be back. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, and Spike, you just said something. I know it was a joke. It's super cute, but I'm going to comment on it. I don't like artificial sweeteners. I don't either, and I don't like to be artificially sweet if I don't have to. So that's what I'm dropping. You know, yeah, I'll be kind, I'll be nice, I'll be respectful, but I'm not going to be superficial and artificial and pretend sweet and kind. Hey, Kiklani, thanks for coming in. There's a link up there. Welcome. This is new. Trying to mix it up a little over here. Yeah. Anyone have a hot topic? Drop it like it's hot. Drop it in the chat. Come up. We could do a grievance Friday. I'm down for whatever. Okay, we have someone backstage. I'm gonna do this. You're good, thank you. Okay, let me see. Add to the stage. Everyone, welcome Tyler Jordan. Yay!
Hey,
Hey, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. This is
Good. Thanks for
a
coming up. I've never
pleasant
done
little
this shit
stream.
before.
Oh, well, I'm the last person that you need to actually help you through this, but I'm
Well,
just
I don't
here
know.
for panel furniture, I guess.
Yeah. Hopefully I don't fuck shit up. So, like I don't know what I should and can do and can't do yet. Obviously, I'm not monetized and all that good stuff, but like can I play music? Can I play
Oh, yeah,
videos? I don't know. I have
I
no
don't either. I'm
idea.
definitely the last person to ask about that because
Yeah.
most of my streams I think get taken down because I do dumb shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have no idea.
So,
So what are you up to this Friday evening?
not too much.
Yeah.
What I went and watched a little baseball tonight.
Oh, fun.
Yep. So what are all these topics? Like, I feel like you want to talk about a lot of things.
I mean, not a lot of
Or
things,
not
but
a lot
I
of things,
just,
but
you know, I'm picking up a lot that people are putting down sometimes, and it's interesting. Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, and I guess I'm kind of interested to hear your thoughts too.
Yeah, it's just I'm gonna be honest, and I know a lot of people like Jeff and stuff, and I don't want it to be that. Oh, Spike here. Is this the real Spike? Spike. No one's faking you, right? Hold on, let me check the back chat. Hold on, give me a second. More shaking. Okay, we're gonna do this. Hold on. Okay. Do we have Spike in the house?
There's something happening here.
Yay, Spike's here. All right, hold on. Spike,
Everybody, look what's going on. Hey, Spike.
Hi, Tyler. Hi, Liliana.
That's a great song you just let in with.
hey, Spike, thanks for coming up. Yeah, are we gonna have to do karaoke now? Spike? Do you want me to tell you what song I was thinking about earlier?
All I know from personal experience is if you play the song "Let's Get It On," then they will take your video down.
You will not be getting it on anymore.
Shout out to Shellbell.
Oh, Showbill. Showbill. No, but I was saying, like, I know people like to do stuff and I guess I'll be direct, right? So I know a lot of people like to go to Jeff's because Mike is a great source of entertainment. Let's not fucking lie, right? Let's not shit ourselves. Mike, great source of entertainment. But the treatment and disposition of anyone that Mike feels, I don't want to say intimidated by, but like that was a thing. I tried to go up there. I was treated a certain way, fine. Um, let's get over it. But because of Mike, like for me, I don't want to play in that playpen, right? I want to be myself, but I'm not gonna tiptoe on fucking eggshells for Mike Cerrone. So that's what I wanted to say.
There was a moment during that stream where it got a little, yeah, it was like Al Bundy's anti-women hate club or whatever that was.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I was dropping. I know people have channel preferences and who, they like and don't like and troll and all that shit. Save it for later. But I was on Angels earlier, and I really started to discuss that. Yes, I'm a woman. I'm not trying to play this card by any means, right? But I'm a woman. But how certain people treat women, my example is Mike Cerrone, and how other panel members enable that behavior. And I understand it's Jeff's panel. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. But that's what I was like in the chat tonight. And we were all there chilling prior to Mike Cerrone getting there. Okay.
Yeah, it actually had a good crowd.
Yeah, Flaky and Jake and I were rubbing elbows. Shout out Flaky Jake. I love you, girl. Come up one day, please. I beg you. And we were all just chilling like a villain. And he comes out of nowhere. And for me, he was quite oppositional. And you could absolutely tell when Mike Cerrone is triggered. There's no doubt about it. And that's why I don't want to go on panel. I don't want to deal with that type of behavior. It's insulting, it's degrading, demeaning. He said how he addressed Ladybug. Again, people may or may not like Ladybug. That's your business. I don't give a shit. But Jeff is okay with how Mike behaves. And I'm sorry, I have to say something, especially when, I went up there, and for me, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna play in this playpen, especially as a woman, and let these things happen. So sorry, that was my grievance for the night. But anyhow, yeah.
No, you did the right thing. You started your own stream, I think.
I mean, I think, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you you hold people responsible for the things that come out of their mouth, regardless of why, or if someone triggers them, or, you know, whatever the reason. But I mean, Mike is I, Mike is clearly threatened by people that he feel that he I mean, I feel like he has enough awareness to be able to determine who the people are that are going to call him out on his bullshit and who they aren't, and who's not going to, who he can manipulate. I mean, that's the whole game. It's,
Absolutely, but that's
it's
what
the
he's
whole
doing. He's trying to find suckers to hide behind, and that's what I'm calling out. That's
right.
what I'm trying to call out.
Well, I mean, we've been saying it from the get go. Is like, you know, I mean, there's a means to an end, but when it comes to Mike, it's usually quicker rather than later. And, history has proven that he just goes from, channel to channel, sector to sector. And sometimes, I mean, it was a Latin Pain, he was in the urban sector. And then, they called him out on his bullshit. And then he kind of left,
Yeah,
and
but he's doing despicable things like going to panels with grieving mothers
right.
and
I
being
mean,
a pseudo
and
therapist
yeah,
and a cop,
and
and
it's
hiding behind that facade.
Yeah, and it's like every sector or every channel he goes to, he just you know, just tries to fit in. I mean, going to a panel to Latin Pains and just, you know, acting like he's a gangster and going on that panel with the grieving mother. I mean, it's just it's just delusional. But Jeff seems really what's the word? Just really like narrow focused, like he's not concerned about anything about a person except for exactly what they say on his panel. And he's not willing to kind of say, take a step back and say, what is this person like really trying to do? Or what
Right. And that for me is, oh my God, the Australian break dancer Spike, sorry. And that for me is like, you know, it I'm not saying Jeff has some kind of naivete or anything like that, but Mike preying on people.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's like, he's at a level that, I mean, I think most of us have never seen. And I think that's almost the appeal of it. It's almost like anybody's that's has any interest in psychology. I mean, you almost can't help but like, it's almost like this weird fascination.
It's like
Like,
watching a train wreck.
yeah, but like, I mean, it's just crazy to hear the things that come out of his mouth, and anybody that confronts him, that even has a chance to confront them, he immediately, like, he won't know you from Adam. And if he doesn't have anything to say to you in defense of what you're, if somebody confronts him and says, what about this? What about this? And he's like, well, isn't your husband cheating on so and so? You're really this sock account. Don't you do? You're a meth head. You're just a meth head. It's just like he
Yeah.
goes to these absolute extremes of, like, I'm just going to say all these things about you because it's the internet. And as soon as I say it, people are just going to hopefully pick up on it. And it's stupid.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's
And he thrives,
very
but he
unaware.
thrives. Yeah, he
And somebody
thrives
that
doing
doesn't,
this.
well, it's the fascination for me is that just somebody that just will say things, and I mean there's clips put out on of him, I mean, on a daily basis by multiple channels at this point, of him saying things and lying about things, and it's just like, what the fuck? And there's a few people in this community that are like that it's like they just don't care. They just say what they want to say. Whatever I said yesterday does not matter. It's not, don't bring it up. It's not relevant. Just believe everything I say right now in this moment.
I've been on piano with Mike one time. What's going on, Liliana?
Hey, Eddie, welcome. Thanks for coming up.
Yeah, and he did not have the kahunas to have a conversation with me. So I don't care for Mike, but I've been on piano once with him. He was a little timid.
I have an unpopular opinion when it comes to Mike. Like, not that I've shared it, so don't kick me off your panel, but
Don't say he's a lonely boy who needs friends. Like,
I didn't say that. You did.
okay.
No, like I try. Well, one thing I like about Jeff is that he doesn't like rumor to sway his opinion. So, as if you were a judge, I think I said this before, but he wants to take everything and gather his own evidence without rumor.
Absolutely. I understand that. And I'm sorry, I have to interject because I just laughed because he fucking booted me for no reason.
No, that was unlike him. No,
No.
you know, I started my live after
I
that
know,
'cause
it's hilarious. So sorry.
I love his channel, but that was a weird move. That was just uncharacteristic of him. But what I was gonna say is like Mike, a lot of the time has the right idea. Oh, chat, flaky, chill out, hold on. But he has the right idea. He's coming from like a good place, I think. Like, for example, though, I'll take one of the extreme moments when he was with those women who had children who'd passed away. What he was trying to say, he was trying to be like a good neighbor, like a friend. But the problem is he starts it off by trying to say that he's a certified therapist. He tries to come off as a professional all the time when he's just another one of us with an opinion. And it's okay to have an opinion or a feeling or a vibe, but he always tries to credit himself with having all these accolades or master's degrees and things, which we kind of know are false. And he does it so differently on every different channel. It reminds me of like those TV shows where you play the poker tournaments. It's like everybody's learning their tells because they can see them on camera. It's like we watch Mike so much, not even on purpose. He's just on every stream. We've seen him so much that we kind of know his tells now. We know where his questionable truths are.
But he just keeps coming back for more though, right? He just thinks he doesn't leave a fishy trail.
But how do you, okay, so, but, and I'm not bringing any specific children into it, but how do you feel about someone who goes around, with this, presenting himself as this, is like this father of the year that, takes care of his children, and, and I do this and this and this, and I'm a therapist, and like, that's a very vulnerable, it's a very vulnerable thing to use, just in general. I mean, kids are just a hot topic. But when he goes on panels with women and talks about being a therapist and, and talks about, oh, well, as a father and blah, 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 and this and that, when we all know the real story about him and we all know that he's just an absolute like shit
Douchebag.
human
It's
and
cringy.
like
Yeah.
obviously doesn't have anything to do, like there's reasons why there's reasons why a man has no contact with their children, period.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's be honest, the proof is out there. He's got an outstanding warrant for not paying child support. And then we hear about all these different number of kids. Like, at what point, when every single thing that comes out of his mouth, I mean, maybe it's true, maybe it's not true, but when you have a different story, like when you go from having like 3 kids to 5 kids to 2 kids, things like that, they just don't add up.
And cutting the umbilical cord of a child he didn't know about until 12 years later.
Yeah.
Right. Like what can you trust about that person? You know what I mean? And
yeah. I just, everything out of his mouth is a lie.
I get
Or how about he claims to be a professional therapist and a cop, but he thinks he can beat up every person he comes across.
Yeah, and he wants to dox people.
And I mean, we don't know for sure if he got somebody fired, but he's bragging about getting somebody fired. I mean, all of those things just pile up. And I mean, circling back to Jeff, he's just like, I don't want to hear any of those things about him. We're just gonna, until Mike does something that affects me in a bad way, which is fine. It's his channel. I mean, that's his prerogative. But, every time Mike's on a panel, if somebody gets on the panel and then he gets mad and he's like, oh, you just wait until I dox you. I'm going to dox you. I'm going to take your channel down. It's the way he responds with just, he's like Eric Lawless. Like he has terrible like response, like he can't control his responses. And
I've noticed that.
Yep.
He can't control his responses.
Yep. And I mean, I don't know. There's other people like Ladybug does the same thing. I mean, we don't have to get into all that, but I mean, it's the same thing. There's a few people in the community that just absolutely have just don't even care. They don't even care the trail they leave behind, because in their mind they can just move on to the next person and move on to the next person and move on to these aren't people that are like cultivating any kind of relationships with people. They're just there to survive.
Okay, Tyler, I know you said Ladybug. I know she was out there in the chat, but just so you know, Tyler, Ladybug is my dumbed down bitch.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you.
It's old school stuff there. But yeah, I don't care.
And Jeff
Sorry,
says,
and that's why I just wanted a moment to vent and things. Were kind of, again, weird before Mike even got there. I was trying to approach the aspect of how it is for the males. They probably don't want to talk about it, but how awkward it is for women on panels sometimes. And that's when Jeff.
I almost hopped on panel.
I'm sorry.
Because I don't side on that at all.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, am I just being irrational? Am I being a crazy, irrational, neurotic bitch right now? But
an emotional female?
Yeah, but that's what it was like, and that's what it became, and it's like, okay, so, but you don't even allow me to speak, and I have to speak inside this playpen that you constructed, and for me, sorry, I'm gonna go on this rant for a minute, like, I'm not gonna be subjugated like that, especially with fucking Mike Cerrone, who thinks he could run shit and who's a misogynist piece of shit. Sorry. Rant.
See, it was three different. I really don't have much to say, but I'm talking, so shut me up at any point. But it was three different angles. It was three different angles of the same type of vibe. See, Jeff comes at it, and he admitted it last time you were on panel, Liliana, that he is uncomfortable around female energy, which is fair. And then you had the gold guy who is coming at it from an intellectual, kind of different. I'd never heard his approach. I'm sure most of you have, but I've never heard it. So it was worth listening to. He wasn't coming at it angrily, he was just opinionated. But then the third energy or the third angle was Mike, who came up like, yeah, fuck the women kind of attitude. So it was like three different. So I was already wondering like what woman wants to hop up there, because they're going to get not even a traditional dog pile. They're just going to get hit from three different angles, and it's almost impossible to win on that panel.
It is, and I'm not up there to win. Anyone that knows me, and I'm going to say this, and I will always say this, like, if people have seen me on panels with, especially 1A people who are soft shit, sorry, whoever's a 1A soft shit out there. But the reason why I have that feeling and sentiment is because of the, word lettuce linguistics that they want to play. Right. And so I know that Mike is trying to use a psycho, he's trying to assimilate and be a certain way. But when I go up there, I'm just like, this is all bullshit to me. Sorry, I'm just so mad about it. And yeah, it's again just panel. He's uncomfortable, but I tried to be cordial. I felt I wasn't approaching it any certain way, but that's where I wanted to, hey, let's debrief with friends and talk about, like, am I being a stupid, irrational bitch? But I don't want to go up there. Jeff had some other guy that came up the other night. And that's okay. Jeff doesn't have to have females or women up there or whatever, but I just don't like atmospheres that enable types of behavior to women. So
yeah, that goes back to my belief in radio broadcasting ethics. Like, you just, when you're amplified through a microphone on YouTube or anywhere on the radio, there's a certain responsibility or a certain consequence that's going to occur while you're broadcasting and after you're broadcasting. So that energy, I mean, again, it was because it was conducted by Jeff, it didn't get as extreme as it could have, but if it was conducted by Mike, it would have gone super haywire.
But that's the thing, Mike sits there and instigates people. And then it turns out that we're all the fucking assholes.
He has yeah. I don't know. Sorry, go ahead.
It seems like Mike does what he does on other people's panels because they allow it to happen. I really believe that. If Mike came up on my panel, hypothetically speaking, he would not talk the way he talks because I would kick him. I don't put up with any man disrespecting women or, coming in being polite 1 minute and then instantly to challenge to a fight the next minute. It's like, dude, chill, relax, enjoy life for a minute. I don't
I,
know. I'm not a fan of him.
no, you're right. I have to admit, I've seen Mikey on different panels, and I've seen him behave better and worse depending on how the show is going. But I do have to give Jeff credit. Mike's been at his best there. So
I don't know, Jeff. I've never watched it.
yeah.
So, but you know, when you got three men on a panel and one woman comes up, it can be a little intimidating. But I wouldn't go around saying F women. You need a woman. Women are very important in society. So for Mike to say that,
I mean, I rarely can listen to a panel for a long period of time if there isn't a woman on panel.
yes, because it gets boring after a while.
Well, that, and I was like, okay, try to break the ice a bit, add some female energy. Obviously, it doesn't go, and sometimes the energy doesn't phone work. That's fine. But yeah, I'm going to be that person, underrepresentation of women on panels. And then when women come up, it is not a very fun experience, especially when you have people like Mike, thinking they can, again, and I'm that person, yeah, let's toe up if we're going to toe up, but don't have me back down because someone is going to be white knighted.
Yeah, when I'm live streaming, Liliana, you know me. I'm always begging people to come up. I'm like, come up, give your opinion, please, come up. So, but on another subject, how is everybody doing?
I'm good. It's Friday.
I'm cooking a pizza and it smells amazing right now.
Ooh.
Tyler,
I'm doing good.
that's good. That's
Tyler,
awesome.
sorry, how do you feel when you go up on panels?
How do I feel?
Yeah, like if it's like all guys, do you ever go on panels that are all guys? Are they?
Oh, I will be the first one to break a sausage party up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pound,
That's what I'm
pound,
saying.
pound.
It's fun to do that, but then it's like shit,
Well, I mean, it doesn't bother me one bit. I mean, me personally, I can probably, I relate to, guys. I like a lot. You like guy things. I like to talk about sports and you know whatever. And so I don't really, frankly, give. I mean, it's YouTube. I guess there's definitely. There's been a point where I've affected more than other times, but then you just kind of get to a point where you just like I just don't care, really. I just somebody that doesn't know me that's sitting behind a computer that says something to me like they don't. Somebody could sit there and just say this and that about me, and me knowing that it's not true. I just laugh. I'm like, okay, that doesn't, you know what I'm saying. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
I guess
I-
I mean so the deal with like the whole deal with women going on panel and the way, I think that there is a certain aspect of being in certain communities, especially people that have kind of been around. I mean, a little bit what you're getting into,
Yeah.
and I think that I think a little bit of that is lost. I mean, just that whole like, because I mean, I'll, I mean, I'll get up there and I'll say all kinds of shit. And so, I don't think that, if I get on a panel full of men and get up there and just start talking shit and saying things about them, then, yeah, I should expect it back. And I can't cry like, oh, they're, treating me this way because I'm a woman. I mean, I think that there's a certain element that, you know, it's just part of it.
Yeah. I I I don't want to say I started, but when I came into YouTube was on like some ruthless fucking panels and shit. No respect. It was like all balls out, sorry, brawls all the time. And after that I was just like, dude, I just want to chill, I get it. But yeah, they were not kind to women. I knew, and like you said,
Yeah.
I knew what I was getting into.
Well, and I'm not saying that, I mean, I'm not saying that, that they're absolved in, what they're saying. I mean, I think it's, definitely depends on the context.
Yeah,
But, I think generally though, like, I don't know, my observation is I think you can tell pretty quickly, like, I think you can tell pretty the way I am is, and I think you can tell pretty quickly about how a person is. I
yeah,
mean, I don't think it takes very long to you know, kind of um, gauge, like, the kind of people that you're around, you know.
yeah. You know who I do still have a hard time with? I'm gonna totally switch it for a minute. Is Han Banana. Like that dude, I can't figure out. That kid's so young. I'm like, just yeah. He's another Mike Cerrone enabler too.
Well, I listened to, I was like going back and listening to one of his streams, or just kind of sliding my finger across the bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't actually like listen, like, I'll just kind of like scroll it across, like,
No, I'm
what
like, why the
talking
fuck are you up gambling and playing? Like, what the fuck are you doing with your money,
I mean,
kid?
like, whatever, but it's,
Oh,
Well, he's a grown man.
right at the end of a stream, he said, and he was just like laughing, and he said, I I'm lazy. Like, I don't care. I mean, I just want people to like pay my way through life or something like that. I mean, it was just like I mean, my jaw almost hit the ground. I was just like, okay, well, I just can't, I mean, that I can't wrap my brain around that. But at the same time, there's probably not.
Does she cut out or is it me?
Oh, sorry. Is that better?
You said at the same time there's probably, and then your mic cut off.
Oh, I said at the same time, there's probably not a lot of people that will just say that out loud. you know,
Yeah.
like he has no filter, but I don't.
He doesn't. And like that's what like the comedic part, the comedic aspect. Like he is funny, right? And again, I don't want to enable this kid because he has a child he should be taking care
Yeah,
of.
I don't think he's funny at all.
Well, but Flaky Jake, sorry, there's no way he's fucking 35. There is no way this kid is 35.
It's true.
No, is he really 35?
Okay, but to be fair, Liz, I have youngest child syndrome, and I mean, like you can, he's sitting there doing these things like it's he just wants to push the line. He always has his toe
Exactly.
on the line. And
He
I don't think he knows what a consequence of anything is. I think that's part of the problem.
I give him, again, I don't usually say things controversial, but tonight very quietly I am, but he gets a lot of credit for what he did as a watchdog when he was calling out a lot of the Vegas Valley crap, and
Yeah.
he put a lot of work into exposing people back in
Yeah.
the day.
But exposing people, but I don't think that though. I don't my I see your point, but the way I look at it is all he wants to do is just to be in the middle of whatever is happening, whatever topic is happening. And when you like when you say exposed, like to me that kind of indicates somebody that kind of has like good intention.
Well, like with the chili stuff, I think, I mean, with a lot of stuff he was doing, not just one channel, but he was trying to, at least, I don't know about expose, but put his take on it. And I think that something that's happened this year, which should be a good thing, is that there isn't enough content for people that were doing what he was doing to really make content out of. Rather, what happened was he made that person his content. I mean, I guess Mike is,
He's a lolcow.
but I guess he's as interesting as the drama and the other stuff that was going on other channels last year. I guess now he's become what the people like to point at. I don't know.
Yeah, I get that. But I mean, like we all know that if you want to that if you want to go to Ham Banana, he has no like. I mean, that's. I guess that's one thing that I'll give him is he's basically like, I don't give a fuck about any of you,
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah.
and I don't give a fuck about anything I say. I don't give a fuck about if it's true or if it's false. I'm just gonna
100%.
repeat it if they're.
Oh, I should cut out.
Sorry, if somebody says something about him that's controversial, then he just repeats it and laughs. I mean, he's like, I just want to get 2,000. I'm trying to get 2,000 viewers. Like, I honestly think that it's somewhere in his mind. He thinks actually the refill. That his mind, he thinks that like he's going to have some sort of success off of this.
No, absolutely. It's like a get rich quick scheme for him. Something.
Yeah.
His Bitcoin too, right? Isn't he like heavy into that shit? That's what I'm saying. Every time I tune in, he's like talking about something, gambling on something, and I'm like, I just don't know if I.
And he's like, I'm trying to
That's
get
what he wants to do.
$70 to buy beer and weed. I'm trying to get myself $70 to buy beer and weed tonight. And I'm like, dude, like, are you not thinking down the road at all?
Yeah, I don't know. And again, I'm not trying to be judgy or anything like that. But I'm a parent too. I just
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the short-term goals often happen with people who seem to be comfortable as far as living with parents, or when you have to take care of all of the bills and all of your monthly payments.
It's hard, and don't get me wrong, it's hard.
That's
It's not easy. I know it's not.
Totally. No, but what I'm saying is that people who are only worrying about paying their phone bill every month because they don't have to pay everything else, it's really easy to think, oh, I just want to get weed tonight.
Right.
I just want to get beer tonight. It's
Right.
like,
But but I mean, your mindset kind of should change a little bit. And you know what's so disturbing to me is that he's like worrying about weed and beer, and then he gets on these apps, these monkey apps, and he's talking to like children. And I'm thinking, if you're thinking about children, like maybe think about it in a different way. Like you have your
A
own
kid.
child.
Yeah.
You have your own child. What
Yeah.
if this was your daughter in this situation?
Yes.
You know, I've
And for
heard him
me,
say many times, I would do anything. Like anybody messes with my kid, I'll fuck them up. Good. That's the way
yeah,
it should be.
yes.
But then eh, like but then you're sitting there, you know, um I mean, I don't want to use the word preying on, but you're sitting there like getting entertainment out of,
Minors.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
and that was the thing for me, Tyler. As soon as I understand the app is supposed to be 18 and over, but that's not how real life works. We all know that. And as soon as he figured out that, like, oh, this potentially looks like a kid or a minor, and then when he asked the age, and then he said, well, what are you doing on here? You shouldn't be on here. Like, as soon as a kid tells you their age, you should be like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
aside from the kid stuff, like I get the idea of having random conversations with weirdos. It could be hilarious. Not that he would listen, but if I were him, I would just keep your monkey app off your screen until you can tell you're talking to an adult. Then put it on your screen. Like, because no matter what, when you're flipping through that stuff, you're gonna end up talking to kids underage for sure, people underage. So you know how you can share your screen. I would think just don't share the screen until you're talking to that weirdo, the grown adult. Like he was, I remember when he first went on. I haven't gone back to watch when he's on Monkey. I'll watch when he does other things because I want to make sure that he knows that
Like, draw,
people.
dude. I like when he draws. Just fucking draw.
Yeah, like when he's drawing and stuff, I'll
Yeah,
pop in
and
the chat real
telling
quick.
stories. Just do that kind of stupid shit, you know?
But the first time he went on Monkey, one of the first people he was talking to was some prepper, some weird like 40-year-old dude with a big beard and talking about his guns and his knives and his arrows. And I
Right.
thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
But then 5 minutes later, it's some 12-year-old or something. So if you really wanted to do that, I would just recommend don't share the screen until you're talking to an adult. Like, because you're gonna pop, no matter what, there's gonna be a kid on there.
Yeah.
I went on chat roulette
but
like 10 years
but
ago.
he knows,
Once,
but he knows that he knows that if he's doing that stuff, everybody's going to come to his channel and watch his streams. Period.
You're right, Tyler.
You
And
know what I mean?
he's just like more of that shock jock content. He
Yes,
gives
yes.
no fucks. Yeah.
Yeah, none. I'm trying to see if I could read this. I don't know if I can and talk at the same time.
Yeah. But again, going back to he's another one, he enables Cerrone. Cerrone, however you say his name. And plus, Ham Banana says I have to show my boobs if I need to go up to it. I'm like, you know what? That's good, great, proud dad moment, buddy. And
Huh?
by the way, if anyone cares to know, if I'm showing my boobs, it's for a lot of money on OnlyFans to fucking buy something good with it. It's to go backstage with Ham Banana. You guys should know me by now. I'm classy.
if you don't know me. By the way, though, that's what I thought. That's what I thought that you went on the panel and was asking Mike about. because one of those like Proby videos or whoever's it was,
Yeah, they were talking shit. They were making up lies.
well, it was a clip of Mike saying that he saw nude photos of you.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true. I don't know if the clip
No,
was true, I mean, but
it's not. And that's what I'm saying is that,
Well, I mean, it's okay. We all have
oh,
nude
Tyler,
photos
yeah,
going
Tyler's
around.
seen the photos. Tyler, please don't share them, okay? It's
Yeah,
between you and
listen,
me.
we all have nude photos going around.
Yeah.
Apparently, apparently my titty photos are going around, and I have really saggy titties.
Are your boobies bigger than Mike's Roan's boobies?
Um,
Because mine aren't. I will be totally honest.
barely,
I'm not here to get anyone's jollies off, but my
barely.
boobs are not bigger than Mike's. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, barely.
And if I were to ever go up and Sarun was there, I would make him show his boobs first. Sorry, everyone.
I love that you're pronouncing his name different every time. It's
I don't
hilarious.
know. How do you say
I
his
know.
name? How do you fucking
Jerome.
say his name?
Saroon was good. I like that.
Sarone. Baloney. I wanna rhyme it with baloney. Saroni baloney.
Yeah, Liz's nudes are the latest ones going around.
Those ones were good. I saw them in the pink polka dot bikini
She
too.
has
Those
they
were
have
really
like an OnlyFans for never mind. She's gonna kill me. Well, I don't know. I think Jeff is just. I don't know that he really has that much awareness when it comes to that. You know, circling back to what you were first talking about.
yeah, and I wanted to go up there and give it a chance and see how I'm not saying gelled, but I don't think for me it's not the place, but yeah, it's for guys, I guess.
No, don't say that.
Well, like for me to go up on a panel is what I'm saying.
I don't. I've watched Jeff quite a bit, and I never saw him react the way he did with you. And you weren't even really coming at Mike at all.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if it was because you were cammed up and you were put together well and red lipstick. I mean,
Because I'm a real person that doesn't
But
give a shit and doesn't troll either,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
well, okay,
yeah.
people thought I was
You're
trolling,
like,
fine. I mentioned the other day I'm like a deadpan person and people think it's passive aggressive. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. What kind of stunt did I pull? But yeah, Spike. So this gets into other psychological stuff, which I don't know if we want to talk to. It's like, oh, well, she has the pretty card, right?
I mean, that's what I'm thinking because
Yeah.
he's had other women on.
And sorry, I'm not saying it to be vain or anything like that, but like when the full picture is there, and it's a woman, it becomes more intimidating in my mind, and that's what I'm saying, that women then, like for me, I have a harder time paneling up. It's easier for me not to be on cam because people won't have
And
any.
Flaky makes a good point. So, on top of what you just said, right after you came up, and I know you already know this, but
Yeah,
Fraudito Troll came up.
Yeah.
And he was definitely coming at Mike. So he might have just thought you and he were.
well, you came. Okay, if I remember correctly, you came on panel and you were like, "Hello, like, how's everybody doing? You know, and then and he was going at Mike, and then you were like, you know, hey, well, Mike had asked me a question, and I just wanted to come up and exactly see exactly what he was asking me or something. Wasn't there like a question he asked you, and you wanted to
No, I
like?
just want to have Mike ask me a question, right?
So it wasn't
No,
a
when you explained it on my stream the other day, that was hilarious. It was the last thing I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, and you weren't even going at him
No.
at all,
No.
and he's like, "You're gone," and like
Yeah.
that's it. But I mean, I think the fact
Again,
though that you're kind of like, okay, well, that's not a place that I feel comfortable with because the way I was treated. So I don't think I'm not probably gonna do that again.
no, but also Spike going to, would it have been different if I was off cam?
Yeah, like I think
Yeah.
honestly, I mean, I know that
It's
Jeff
an
is not into the
it's
ladies.
an interesting composition to think about. And that's what I'm saying is, I don't sit here and obviously, oh my God, what did I do? Blah, blah, blah. But it's like that as a female, like, oh, I could sit here and just have a cartoon avatar and never have showed my face ever. Right. And is
But
there a preconceived notion, or would it have been easier if I wasn't cammed up? Jeff was seeing the authentic, raw, real me.
oh,
And also Mike was
I
cammed
cammed
up.
up earlier. I cammed up and he was like, show your screen, and I cammed up, and his immediate response was, um, we're not doing that. Like I'm ending the stream.
What?
And then
Oh,
they're
she
talking
can't.
about like they're talking about basically like how women suck, and Ladybug's on there, and then Sam P gets up and she's like the biggest woman hater in the world. So
Yeah,
I mean,
Santi,
it's a
I don't even
pattern.
want to talk about that. Yeah.
It's a pattern with him. And then I mean, he basically has people up there that you know are agreeing with him, and then of course Ladybug, oh, women suck too, just jumps in it, and like he just allows for anybody that basically it just goes with whatever the topic everybody's talking about, like Mike,
Yeah.
like, and then Sam jumped there and she's on there for a while, and I'm like, well, I thought the stream ended, but okay. I mean, I had
Yeah.
my cam on and everything.
Yeah. Oh
He's
no.
like, who are you?
Yeah. I just, yeah. Again, Spike, it's just interesting. Like, if I wasn't cammed up, I don't know.
Well, there's millions of channels on YouTube. And
Yeah.
I think you present, you know, I think you present yourself well, like in an objective way.
Sorry. What time is it? It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm about to fall asleep.
Mm.
No, I don't care. I don't care what.
Didn't you go on his stream the next day though?
Yeah, I did. And then this other guy came up. What's his name?
Brown's boy.
No, something Gemini.
Oh.
And was just talking about how smooth he was, and Jeff was digging it. So I was like, I'm out of here. I'm not. And at that point is when I was like, oh, this is for guys, definitely. Because the guy was talking about how he kind of interacts and controls women. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm out of here. I'm not kidding you. This was it last night or the night before? Yeah, that was the second time.
Liz, I know that was definitely my favorite comment of the night. Sam said,
What did she say?
she said, studies show that men are better single parents than women.
I know that we
She
might
is
have
off the
some,
fucking rocker.
yeah, I know we might have some people who are friends with Sam in here, but yeah, she seems like she doesn't support women as much as she supports men. I'll just say it that way. I don't know how else to say it.
She also believes that women should not work and that the
Yes,
man.
and stay home. Yeah, I
Yeah,
work. I have
yeah.
a college degree.
I'm like, but
I'm
you
not gonna stay home with a
know that
child.
men are better. Yeah, but that's because like she didn't raise her kid.
Oh, I don't.
I mean, and she's so stupid. She was in Ham Bananas chat the other day, and I think I think he was like replaying a panel that I was on, and
Yeah.
it's what he does. He just goes through everybody's names on the panel, and he just doxes you and just says whatever he thinks about you. And Sam P comes in chat, and she's like, "Well, I mean, Tyler Durden, she had her kids taken away from her. Doesn't raise her kids." I'm like, dude, this dumb bitch. Like, like, I mean, it's again, that's one of those things where she somebody like that just says something that's just so unequivocally true, but it's like it's just so stupid that you don't even care to correct it.
Well, for me, again, she speaks pretty factually. And I'm just like, for someone to speak so factually with such percentage and facts all the time at the ready, I'm also like, I think a lot differently than her. We'll just say that. Yeah. And she's intense. She's very intense too.
Well, I mean, drugs will do that to you.
Yeah. A lot of things will do that to you.
Bitterness. being married to Mike P.
Yeah.
We've been married 14 years. I'll tell you, when Jeff was like, "Oh, I'm really interested to just have you on the panel alone to tell your story," I was like, "Oh my God."
Well,
Let
right,
me
but that's
let
what
me put a reminder. Let me put a reminder so I can come back and listen to that bullshit.
but this is what I'm gonna say. Anyone in chat, please put your opinion in there. For me, she's like a woman hater, right? And Jeff is letting a woman hater on the panel. What does that say?
Well, but he doesn't know that. Like, I don't even think that.
That's the thing. Jeff doesn't care about anyone and
Exactly.
anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's like, I want you to come up on panel and share your story. And I'm like, well, I mean, what story? She's just gonna sit there and just talk
Random
and
shit.
talk and talk and talk and talk. There's no story. She doesn't have any story.
Oh yeah. Speaking of stories, Flaky Jake, are you still in the chat? I told Flaky Jake I would tell a story about me. But we don't have to talk about me. But if Flaky Jake's there, I remember that I have to tell you a story about me.
Mr. B,
You can't see any of my glasses.
so I think it's really there's been a shift in that, and as far as like custody, and they have, in a lot of states, they've done away with the tender years clause, and the tender years clause was really kind of the driving factor that allowed, that courts were kind of leaned more towards the mom having custody of the child. But it's really shifted, and I don't even think they call it something else. It's not the tender years clause. It's something else. Basically, it's just kind of a checklist of, you know, each parent. Can each parent provide this? Can the father provide this, you know, half the time? Can the mother provide this half the time? And if that's the case, then that's what a lot of states have gone to. So anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to. I was just
No,
addressing.
no,
you
I
two.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of familiar with that.
Hey, Julia.
No, what? Is strawberry tart Julia?
I don't know. Well, she goes by her stock account is Strawberry. I think somebody recently determined that they didn't think that it was her, but you can't
Well,
convince
what does she have? She has Truth Junkie.
Junkie.
There's another. She has 2 other ones. Yeah, shout out Julia. Where are you? Julia
Strawberry.
makes me laugh. Julia, if you're around, come up. I don't want to talk about people when they're not here, but Julia was hilarious. She would kick me off panels all the time.
Julia, it was always a war between Julia and it was Julia. It was like Big Mama, Julia, J Dub. I think Ladybug was in the mix. There was like this little group
Yeah.
of girls that would always like fight with each other, and they'd be like, "No, I'm like the boss. I'm the boss. Joey loves me
Yes.
more. Joey loves me more." And they'd be like
Yes.
timing each
Joe,
other out.
Joe, her Canadian accent, Joe. Mr. B, I think if he's in here still, Mr. B loves Julia, right? I almost think that Mike tries to laugh like Julia. That's what I think.
I think that's his drunk laugh though, or his like.
It's a crazy laugh.
Yeah.
It's got a crazy laugh. Julia, are you out there in the interwebs? Eddie, you're quiet. Did you fall asleep? Joseph. I know. It's in my head, Flaky Jake. It's in my head, but I can't say it.
No, I didn't fall asleep. I'm here listening to you guys talk.
Okay. Can someone come up and do a good impression of Julia? Joseph. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Strawberry Tart says
Joe.
Julia has me blocked because I can't see Julia.
There's no Julia here. But she is here though.
She is the queen of third person.
Yeah.
I mean,
that is pretty hilarious. Yeah.
I heard Leona live, and there was a very specific reason why I have like absolutely zero respect for her. But I mean, like you said, we won't.
Yeah.
We won't talk about her when she's not here.
No.
So
do her laugh right now. Like, how does she do it? Someone please do it.
Joseph.
Joseph. Can you do it? Spike, do it.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was muted. I'm coughing in the mic. Sorry.
Oh, no, I thought you were warm enough to do your best Julia laugh.
I kind of don't remember it.
It's the big.
No, I don't think I can hit those notes tonight.
I know those are pretty high, aren't they? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably wrap this up. Anyone have anything in the chat they want to say?
I'm probably gonna go live just for a little while, play some oldies.
Okay, yeah, I'll come in there and because I'm about to fall asleep. But thanks everyone for coming in. Eddie, you want to plug yourself for a minute?
Well, right now I'm not doing any lives because I got a lot of. So I just moved to Florida, and from New Hampshire, and my dad's property got ransacked. So they smashed out 10 windows, kicked in his back door.
What happened? Are you guys okay?
Oh yeah, everything's fine. It was just some people were staying there that shouldn't have been staying there.
Oh no.
I got them off the property. Now we're going in and fixing everything to make it livable again. Because I'm
that's
moving into it.
Yeah. So you're just gonna get it all set up. So but thanks for coming by.
Yes, yes.
All right.
I miss live streaming and hanging out with people and everything.
Yeah, let me see if I could grab your
It should be another week before I go live again. Another
Okay.
week.
All right. I'll try to grab your link to put in there. Sorry. Tyler dropped herself. Tyler, thanks for coming up. Everyone, thanks for coming in. Say your goodbyes till next time. Enjoy. Be yourself. Don't let anyone stop you from you being you. Have a good night, fuckers. Bye.